Good evening. I just realised my camera's completely cockeyed and everything now. I thought I had everything set up, but apparently I don't. Because, well, if I ever actually get everything set up right for once, it'll be a miracle. Tonight, I intend to be looking at building the rest of my scout company, my 10th company. Now, this is what I've got built so far. Let's move them a bit closer. So 3 units of 5, 1 with standard bolt guns, 2 with sniper rifles, and I think they all have a heavy bolter. So that's, at least they've got a heavy weapon in there. But I have spruce worth to set up for them. So I'm looking for bases at the moment because I have these old style metal ones, which I'll have to strip down because these are from the good old Blood Angel days when I first started collecting them. Got slotted bases, more than enough there by the looks of it to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I'm just checking I've not missed any more scouts from the metal sort before I proceed to try and make up the squads. So yeah, that looks like all the metal scouts are there now. Although I do think I'm missing quite a few. I'm going to start with, oh, I got an echo back then. Why did I get an echo back then? Let's just turn that down for some reason. I'm going to start with just pairing up guys with bases and seeing what I need to do. So let's just pair him up with a, and most of these just slot straight in because of the way that they're set up, which is nice, and it should hold as well because of the way that they are. They should hold quite nicely. Now, I do have quite a few more close combat ones than I realised, and if they don't quite go in, you can just bend that little metal bit on the bottom, and then ta-da! It slots in. Some of them have small little metal bits which make it a little bit more difficult to bend and slot them in. Let's see, there's a shotgunner. I wasn't intending to make any shotgunners, but apparently I might have to have a unit of them now, just because, well, why not? A bit of versatility within the choice selection is always good. Well, that's 2 shotgunners. Shotguns are not a very potent weapon within the 40k game, but okay, we can make up an entire unit of shotgunners out of rule. And I've got an extra sniper. Where have I got the extra sniper from? I'm not sure, but that means we've got to make snipers. Right, so we've got a nice, so we've got 2 more there to go with close combat. And I've got some with no arms. These 2 are made up with bolt guns. He needs a base, which I have 1 there for him. He needs a head, they need arms. Right. That's a simple bit done. I do also have lots and lots of sprues to be making up the parts of these. So let's see what happens and how many of it. Hopefully I can get a full, I should be able to get a full set of 13 total out of all these, but we shall see. We shall see. Okay, first things first, let's clean up the ones we've got that we can make up easily enough. So for instance, he's got a bit of black stuff on his feet from where he's come off a base. So I'll just file that down, and on the edge of his toe there. Now we can get him on a base. Okay, so that'll make at least 3 there with bolt guns. A little bit of glue. And I didn't rough up the base like I'm supposed to. I'll rough up where I'm going to put it just to make it get a nice contact. Let the glue settle. Let's sit in. There we go. So you can stand up. In fact, we should move you, shouldn't we? 1, 2, 3 with bolt guns. Nice, simple. I need to make 2 more. That's, well, 1 more and a heavy weapon, and that's a nice 5-man squad. These are all going to need acetone. Now he's got a missing blade. Now, he's a metal one, so I'm going to take him out for a minute because I've got 3 there that have the blades, even though his is extremely crooked and looks like it's on the verge of snapping. Wonderful. I have 1 with a chainsaw and 1 with a knife. So obviously I've got 1. The sergeant will be the guy with the chainsaw. Again, just gonna sort out his feet so he sits flush onto a base. Yeah, just a little bit of glue on the contact points. Let's plonk you on that base there. So you need a pistol arm. I need 2 pistol arms for these ones. But that'll give me a unit of 5 set for close quarters pistol and combat knife, which is always good. I don't think I've got enough to. Have I got enough to do shotguns? I do actually have a few shotguns. But do I have the arms to connect with them? So there's 1 shotgun with the arm. 2, 3, 4. I can always give the sergeant something else. I can always give the sergeant something else. I have extra shotguns, which is good. Right, so I'm losing. I've lost track of where I'm up to already. I've not even started properly, and I've lost track of where I'm up to already. Why have I got a feeling I'm missing something? I'll back on there first of all, because otherwise I'm just going to get confused. It's just going to really get confused with it. Right, I know what I'm missing. Drink. Pipes and people. Helps if I don't leave it in the kitchen. That's better. Pop that in there for a moment. So then it's nice and I've got it to hand, but it's not in the way. Okay, so I need 2 pistol arms, which have got to be both rights. Both rights. And look at me, all the pistol arms are right hands. I'm going to take from the blue one, just because it's emptier than the others. I'm going to glue it onto them too and make them both up full. So that's another 5-man squad. I'm not worried too much at the minute about having the metal ones red, because I can always strip them back down and that'll let me reprime them and repaint them. I just need to know where I'm up to with it, so I know how many I need to strip down, how many need redoing back up again. So glue, glorious glue, move my hand out of the way. I know, singing, I'm awful at it, but it's not going to stop me. Anyone who thinks it is going to stop me really need to rethink some things. So, nice. Let's see if we can get his arm to actually stick onto there. Come on, set. Sit. Awesome. When you drop it, or you just set that way. You'll just set that way. Keep an eye on that arm just to make sure it doesn't drop. Then I need You look more like you should be pointing a gun somewhere, so I'm going to go with this one. Let's hope it fits. Come, there we go. Add that to the big pile next to me for a minute. Is there any glue left on there? Yes, there is. So again, make sure you get glue all over that. You can glue both sides. Put a bit of glue on both ends if you want to. However, I am not, because doesn't really need it. You don't have to have it if you don't want it. There we go. We have the 5-man. Let's use that way because you're not ready yet. 5-man close combat squad. You're not. I'm not sure what you're going to be yet. You might be shotgunners. You might be sniper rifles. I do not know. You, however, are definitely a sniper dude. I only have one for some reason. I don't know why I only have one. What I do. Yeah, 96% of the things that I keep forgetting I'm supposed to be doing when I do this. I always end up forgetting. So let's just where am I? And go to my channel. Click into that. I remember that I've got that on there. So mute. There we go. No feedback, please. I always forget to do this bit. I don't know why. I'm supposed to do this like way before I even start, to be quite honest. Is there anywhere else I'm supposed to be putting this? Yeah, I'm supposed to be putting that one in there as well. Excellent. I know I've actually remembered to do everything for a change. Let's head back to here. And hopefully that should, I hope, anyway, that should work. Right. Yeah, I actually thought I'd got everything done, set up and properly finished how I should, and obviously not. I never do. I always end up forgetting something. So at least it was something quick and easy to solve this time, like getting my cup of coffee from the kitchen and then putting the link for this thing where I normally do. So I'm going to put it in a few places. It's weird though, because I've got this stream in the bottom corner of my screen and it's delayed because of YouTube and StreamYard, so it's throwing me off a little bit. Not too much though, I hope. Anyway, right, so 5-man of them. I need to make up. Right, well, you can go with them as the heavy weapons guy, but that means I need another bolter. So I need another bolter dude. But I've got arms there. I've got a guy there who just needs bolter arms. And well, if you look in there, we have a bolter and we have an arm. So that's a good place to start, really. Having a bolter and an arm when you need a bolter on. Let's snip his arm out. Ah, get you there. And Snip that one out. Now, some people are going to be watching this and they're going to be screaming at me, "You've not removed the mold lines. You've not shaved it down properly. It's going to have bits." Look, if you can actually notice that lot between all my army and everything that's out on the table, then you're spending far too much time looking for little things and not paying attention to what I'm doing. So I'm going to shoot you off the table. Pay attention to the battle. Yeah, all right, they might not look as good as some of the other people's, but en masse, you're not going to notice. Stick them in a bunch of 30 of them, and you're going to notice one guy with a little tiny little bit of that not scraped off. Nah, you're right. So let's just get a little bit of this section so it can stick, because it won't glue to paint. It won't melt the paint, so you have to make sure there's some raw plastic there for it to stick to, otherwise it isn't going to stick. Also, I'm not entirely sure this is the correct arm that's going to stick onto here, so let's just shave down that little nubby bit that's on there as well, just to make sure that they are going to stick on there. The good thing about, although these have been primed already, I can always go back over them with a light primer. It's not going to do too much to the actual model itself. That seems to be the right position for him. Excellent. So back to the glue. This time I'm actually going to put it on that bit that I've just shaved off, just to make sure that like it does get to that area, and it does get to a bonded area. Nope, I went further down than that. There we go. Right, now hopefully I've positioned that right so that when I put his other arm on, this little tiny one, that is going to work. This time I'm going to put it on his arm though, so I've got a little bit more control, and a tiny spudge on where his wrist is going to be. Spudge, spludge, bit, drop, whatever you want to call it, just a small amount. You see, aha. And that's what I was worried that was going to happen. I was worried about that. See, now I'm going to have to position him so that his wrist actually makes up contact as well, and I'm going to have to hold it now just long enough so that his shoulder and wrist form a contact, and get a bond in there. Now that arm's come off, and that arm's come off, and all of it's falling apart on me. I didn't think I'd have quite so much stuff to go into shorts already with it when I only just started doing them today. Yeah, the entire thing's just gone P-tongue on this one. It just does not want to go on in. Come on, you son of a gun. Son of a gun, I'm going his gun arm. Okay, so I'm going to have to lower you.
No.
So, okay. The cat's getting in your way. You're more than welcome to tell her no. And you see, this just isn't going into position, and I'm not liking it. See, I can get that shoulder into position there. Well, as soon as I try and get it to meet up with this side, it doesn't want to work. Well, why don't you want to work? Okay, let's try putting a little bit of glue onto you. There we go. Put that back down somewhere where it's not going to cause any problems. So that's the correct position for that arm. But I can't seem to get the correct. Aha! I forgot you now. I think we've got it. I think we've cracked it. Always good. Just stay there. Just stay there. Please, just don't fall off. All I'm asking, just don't fall off. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I need 2 heads. 2 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I want an extra head there. That's good. You can just have a normal plain old little one. Cool. And that leaves me 5 heads, so I can actually make up the other 5 guys from this. If we've got enough spare parts left anyway. Again, some glue on the bottom of his head there, and then trying not to knock his arm off, and realizing that there is pain. Yeah, that's not a correct position for his head. That's better. Okay, see, he doesn't look too out of place over there. You can't really notice him too much. This guy's going to have a blue head. You're definitely going to notice this one. Unless that's another set of heads there. Is that another set of heads there? Oh, he's not going to have a blue head. This guy's going to have a normal. So where's the one with all the blue heads on? Ah, there he is. I knew I had a spare blue head somewhere. It's going to have a nice pair of goggles on him as well, this one. Ooh, fancy. I could really do with a circular file. Where would my circular file be? In my box, which is underneath all that lot. Oh, see, never prepared, never ready. One day I will be, and that'll be the day when everyone has the shock of life. Holy crap! Dropping everything. I'm actually ready for a change. It ain't happening right now, is it? Nope. Move that one. Oh. Sprays everywhere. I should have some files in here somewhere. I know I have. I've bought some because I hear metal fangering. That'll do. I think I'm one of my viewers. I don't know who the other one is. Nope. Okay. So thank you for the other person who's watching me. Whoever you may be. Kind of stops me thinking I'm talking to myself. Even though I am talking to myself. It's weird, I know, it's odd. Being able to talk to yourself is a strange ability. And not feel weird anyway. If you can talk to yourself and it's completely and utterly normal, then maybe you should seek psychiatric help. Has been mentioned to me before, don't worry. I'm not saying that I'm exempt from this thing. People have told me to seek psychiatric help before because I talked to myself. And I just pretended they weren't talking to me. And carried on whittering away. As you do. Nope, that needs a roughing up on there a minute because it's being a pain. And clearing up a lot actually. So it's got some icky, geeky, gooey stuff on it. And I'll put some glue on and little blue head on a strange little black body. But he's got a missile launcher, so I am not arguing with him. And that makes up a nice 5-man squad over there. So that's 25 so far. That's good. That's good. It's very good. Yay. Shotguns. Do I actually want shotgunners? I'll come back to that idea in a minute. Let's see how many I can actually make of everything else. Because I know I've got other pieces here. I've got lots of other pieces. So I've got another missile launcher there. I've got more close combat stuff there. I've got bodies and another missile launcher on that one. And there's the legs to go with it, as well as 2 snipers. And the problem is with the snipers, they have to take the sniper rifles because of these weird cloaks. Well, the way that their arms are positioned here and here, they're designed to take where the arms are positioned on these guns. So I kind of have to give them weapons. But these ones, I don't. Give them bolt guns or shotguns or whatever else I desire. So there's at least one guy there who can have a shotgun. But that means I can't have the bolts because they both use the same gripping arm. I don't want to turn my hat back on that way because it actually makes it difficult for me to see. The shape blocks out the shade and all the light and stuff. It's a pain. So let's see. I have one sniper dude there, but I have 2 sets of. Well, I have 2 units of snipers, each with a heavy weapon in them. So I'm going to save them for a moment. And I'm going to go on to. Yeah, I'm going to go on to the bolt gun dudes. I'm going to see. I've got 2 units of 10, 2 units of 5 of them as well. So let's get the legs and the bodies paired up first of all, and then I can make a decision from there. Because I would like a nice selection of models. I want to be able to have choices when I come to taking these things. So to be able to take shotguns, even though they're not the best weapon choice, really, it's nice to have them as part of the collection, because one day I might actually decide to take a unit of shotguns. In fact, I should probably look up in the book how many can take shotguns per unit, because it might be a limit. There might be only 2 people per unit can take a shotgun. So I shall have a quick look in the book, and that will kind of help me make the decision. And for those who don't know which book I am talking about Codex Astartes, the Space Marines, which is where you get all the rules to play these in the game. So, Codex Astartes, where are you? Well, Codex Space Marines. See, great big whopping book. Let's just move some stuff out of the way for a second so I can actually have a look at what these can take. I've lost a viewer. No. I didn't mean to sound so sarcastic that, but bye, whoever you were, thank you for coming. Right, so in Codex Astartes, we need to find the elite section and scout squad. There we go. So, war gear options. Scout sergeant can change his from, yep, okay, scout sergeant. Any number. Oh, so anyone can change the bolt gun for a shotgun, a sniper rifle, or a combat knife. Let's see, a starting shotgun, 18-inch range, assault 2, strength 4, no AP, damage 1. So I'll lose 6 inches on the bolt gun, but I gain an extra shot. And I can advance and fire it for no. With my tactic, and advance and fire it with no penalty. So in this case, yes, I am going to make a few more shotguns just to make up the amount of shotguns I can take. And with them being shotgunners and wanting to be on the move, I won't be putting a heavy weapon in this squad either. So let's clip out the bodies. Then I need at least 2 bodies for shotguns. Let's do 3 because I've already got. I've got that one there. You could, I suppose. And again, clear up what's in his neck there because I've sprayed it. Well, I didn't spray. I actually got these models off somebody else, and they didn't put the heads on. They just undercoated them and then thought they'd put the heads on later. And well, that never came about, and they ended up becoming my models. So it's now my problem to sort out, essentially. Very kind of them. Well, it is kind of them because I've now got more scouts. Yeah. In this case, yeah, filing that down again just so I can actually get contact. And get rid of that little nub that seems to always cause the problem when I'm trying to position the arm. Because there is a little triangular piece that's on them. Maybe you can see it on there. Can you see it on that one? You see a little tiny triangle piece there. That is what helps you position the arms. But I'm using slightly older kits as well, so it's not the greatest. Okay, so we need legs, dudes, bodies for dudes, bases for dudes. That one needs cleaning up a lot. Where's my big thick file? There it is. There's a big thick file. I can see things flashing. Pardon me one moment. Let's actually see if it's worth looking at. Nope. Nobody's actually messaging me, pretending that I've got friends. Silly me. I'm sat here playing little toy soldiers. I'm nearly 40 years old. I don't have many friends. I mean, I do have some. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a complete billionaire, mates, but I don't have lots of friends, so my phone won't be going too often with people trying to contact me. And once again, I've been an idiot, and I forgot to clean up his feet. Which sounds weird when I say it out loud, but it does make sense when I do it. That glue's not going to do nothing because I left it too bloody long, so because I had to clean your feet. Yeah, standard plastic glue. Now I'm using the Games Workshop one that I've had for a while, but if you've got Tamiya plastic glue or Airfix plastic glue, that's what you've got and you're using, that'll work fine. Just make sure that it is a plastic glue so you're getting a good bond on there and essentially merges the 2 pieces together so it becomes 1 piece of plastic rather than 2 things that are stuck together with an adhesive in the middle. That's what we want if you want a good strong bond between them. Okie dokie. So this is going to be a 5-man shotgun squad. Happy days. Pardon me. Bit of a cough there. Get rid of the nub off the bottom of that because that's actually going to stop it from bonding to his legs. It might be a bit of an extreme method for doing it because it's going to flatten out a lot of the stuff that's up there. But he's going to flatten it out so it's capable of actually sticking. Glue on the bottom of his torso. And kadoosh. Make sure he's at least lined up to some degree. Why won't you? Oh, right, okay. You're supposed to have. You've got a side arm that wants to be in the way, but it's not no more. There we go. And again, just making sure. Let's run out of glue on that now. Glue on there. And hopefully you're going to be nice and sit. I also put you on the right way around, I suppose. I'm going to sit nicely on there. Ah, crap. Right, I'll tell you what, let's get his body on first and then we'll worry about putting him back on the base afterwards. Because, yeah, gone. No longer on his base. Whoops. Big mistake. Well, not a big mistake. Easily corrected, but because I'm rushing, not rushing, before anyone makes that joke. He didn't stick properly by the time I got around to putting him together. What was supposed to be was actually wait for them to glue and form that bond. So there's 3, and then including those 2 metal 2, that'll make 5. 5 nice shotgun guys. So that's 30 so far. 30 scouts. Whether it's close combat squad, shotgun squad, 2 bolters, 2 snipers. Now I could have sworn I had 2 missile launchers for these, but it appears I haven't, and I've got 3 heavy bolters, 1 missile launcher. I thought I had 2 though, but I thought wrong. So let's find the shotgun arms. Shotgun and arm. Shotgun and arm. Please, just need 1 more shotgun and arm. I have shotguns. Alright, so let's pair these up to find out which shotgun and arm I've actually. Aha, so I could use that shotgun and that arm together off 2 different sprues. Because it is the same sprue essentially, just in different coloured plastic. So if I overlay it like that, you can see it's actually the same sprue, just different plastic with different areas that I've got them from. So I can do 3 shotgun dudes. I like being able to do 3 shotgun dudes. Just that finished off the unit nicely. Allow me to do 3 heads as well. Position the arms first, right? Position arms first, and then we can put the heads to where they're actually supposed to be aiming. Instead of trying to make the arms fit the head, we can make the head fit the arms. Always easy doing it that way. sometimes the arms don't want to look like they fit the head. I have a message. Captain and Joey. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you both. So that's one thing I'm going to be gutted about. I'm not going to get to show either one of you how to play this game over the next couple of weeks, because I'm not tracking all this up to Leeds. I think he said you were going to. Yeah, I'm not tracking all this up to Leeds because he's bloody crap loads of it, and there isn't enough room to play at my house. So let's start with the guy who's not going to fall apart on me because he's already pre-glued, and you're about to do who you want now. I'm going to close that. You have played it before, but have you played this edition? I don't think you have. Now I've just got, yeah. Thanks for that one. Now I've got the vision in my head. Cheers, mate. So in this case, what I might actually be better off doing is dry fitting his arm on first, and then seeing if I can get him to fit onto there. Nah, that just sounds like using common sense, that, doesn't it? All right, let's not do that. Let's just glue this arm straight on, and then we'll worry about the position of the other arm afterwards, because, well, that's just the type of guy I am, I suppose. Stupid, rash, and sort it out afterwards if you need sorting. So come on, get in there. Yeah, you see, that's going to need sorting out now, because as I said, I was daft about my positioning. I'm having the same problem that I had with the bolter dude. He just doesn't quite meet up right. But it meets up well enough, I suppose. I can just make sure that it stays like that. Nope, don't fall off. Please don't fall off. Don't be a git. You are being a git, aren't you? You stop it. Right, this is probably the most infuriating part about the hobby, is getting these parts that are essentially 3 different models from various ages of kits to pair up and meet up and work. And also do it's the exact same kit, but doesn't necessarily mean they always want to play nicely with each other. That's just in the sake of the kit itself, is the nature of the bloody thing. Right, now that's that one done. That's the sniper legs and the sniper bodies. Keep them separately, otherwise I'm just going to have problems. Evening, bro. Family's okay. Kids are in bed, I think. All the kids in bed?
No, I'm about to go to the last one's in.
Nearly all the kids are in bed. Youngest is now. Mrs. is, well, as you just heard, she's about to nip upstairs and put the last two in. How's yours lot doing? You okay? I did nick you for part of my shot today. I hope you don't mind. I don't know if he showed us a shot. It's just less than a minute long. And yeah, I did mention you in it. Now, I'm not going to cut the little nubby bits off on these. I'm going to see if they actually help me to position them. And because it's raw plastic, I should be okay to get away with it. I hope. I hope. No. Ah, you son of a... Don't. You've left a nasty little gnarly bit there. Let's close that off and cut that down. And which one did it just take you from? I just took you from that one. So you want to stop hitting the camera with things. It does help. I want that arm and that arm. Are you dry now? I hope you're dry now. Glue to that arm. Now, see, they're supposed to help you line up these little triangle bits, but they don't always work. Because they are supposed to be pretty much built by numbers, and if you get the wrong arm on the wrong nubby bit, they don't fit. So this one's worked. Yes, this one's worked. See, it actually goes together. I'm going to get lucky with this one. Oh yes, I am definitely glad they are back in school. Peace and quiet during the days. The ability to sit down and have a brew after my lunch. Just 11 o'clock. Put the kettle on, not knowing that I'm not going to have to worry about anything for a couple of hours. Just have something to eat, sit down, relax. It's awesome. It is absolutely fantastic. Now this bit's going much quicker than I expected it to do. So you may be coming to join me for a cigarette soon, because I've only been going 47 minutes. And I was expecting me to be rooting around for bits and looking for various other parts and things to make sure that everything fits, but it's going quite smoothly, seeing as I've screwed up a couple of times, mainly with him and where's the other dude? Him over there. Those two have not gone well. I've just got to get these three heads to do, and then I'm doing good, or at least I think I'm doing well. Anyone who follows this will probably go, yeah, you've taken ages to do that and you've completely messed it up, but that's their opinion, and they're allowed it. I just don't have to agree with it. It's a great thing about the comment section. I'm allowed to ignore it if I want to. I don't. I usually like and put comments back on, but I could, in theory, just ignore the damn thing. That doesn't mean to say that you can't put comments on. Of course you can put comments on. In fact, anyone who has put comments on any of my videos, unless you've been one of them dodgy bot ones that have been putting them stupid false ones up, in which case you've got deleted straight away, I usually respond in nice ways as well. Well, I think the nice ways anyway. Generally, I'm not calling you a complete something or other, so yes, it's a nice way. Come on, fit on, will you? Oh, I'm not moving you, I'm trying to move this one. You just go on. But you're going to be one of them pain ones again, aren't you? Yeah, you are definitely going to be one of them pains, because you see the arm's actually molded to fit around his little pocket on his chest there. But because of that, it means, as you I don't know if you can kind of get it right in, so you can, no, you can't see, but his wrist joint's just out, so it's not quite fit on properly. That's going to need a bit of creativeness to sort it out, but still, that's a 5-man squad right there, 5-man squad, shotgunned up. Don't get much more hillbilly and redneck. 5 guys with shotguns. Yeah. This is 5 guys with shotguns. Borderline deliverance type stuff, huh? Am I taking sniper heads there? I am. I'm nicking sniper heads there. That's a good idea. Sniper heads don't go well with shotguns. Let's try and get just a normal head. There we go. 3 heads. All ready and waiting. Let's clean up the bottom of them now because you've got this little horrible bit here. That's just going to make it a pain to glue down. So, although they'll sit there removing all the mold lines and all the defects and stuff, any that cause problems to actually building the model, I will get rid of. Wow, that can't be right. That's about my most ever amount of viewers in one spot at the time. And I know one of them is not actually watching me, and another one's me, but still 6. I'm doing well on this one. I'm doing really well. If I can hold the retention for more than 5 minutes, I think I've broke my own record. Watch everyone disappear now. Just do. Got it, all of them. Right. I've got a hair attached to it. There we go. Take the hair off. Brush does help. Right. Quick, because if I'm lucky, I can get this done with just that little bit. That's. Oh no, his chin was really stuck out there. Well, he's the one with the big visor. Nice. He has a visor. And he does as well. Ooh, we've got some proper steampunky type dudes here. All visored up and goggles and stuff. I'm going to blow your head off and look badass doing it. Unless you have you looking that way down the end of your shotgun, eh? See, I could have his head looking there straight outwards, but seeing as the shotgun's pointing that way, let's have his head pointed over there. Having more of that type of position. So he's kind of like that. That's what I like about these kits. These multi-pose kits, they're a lot better than the monopose kits that you get now. Like for instance, this dude's head can only go in one direction. But these I can put them on wherever I want. Well, yeah, I can put them on wherever I want. It doesn't mean they're going to look very good. Put them on backwards or something stupid like that, and it's going to look ridiculous. But I've got the option to. Now, really, you're supposed to be wearing gloves and things. With these, we have somebody coming down, so let's find out who's going to come in the living room. And again, looking down the gun, at least to some degree. So there we go. We've got 5 shotgunners, 5 close combats. We've now got 10 bolters with, well, 2 5-man bolter sets with heavy weapons, which is good. Both the snipers have heavy weapons. I could probably do with, actually I need to replace his arm now because I didn't spot that, but he's got a hand missing. Gone. I could say casualty of war, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give him a hand. Give the man a hand. Yeah, sad joke, I know. But it needed to be made. It had to be made. If it didn't get made, then I would have felt bad about it. I wouldn't have felt bad about it. But still, it's a joke that needed to be made. And there should be a sprue here with what amounts to, yeah, there we are. A hand holding a scope. So I'm going to have to go find that. Should be on one of these somewhere. Now you see, there's the hand holding the scope, but I could just put a, well, you can't see it, more of a instructional hand on him. I think I will. I think I'll go with the instructioning hand, the pointing in a direction. I mean, it's ridiculously small, just in case any of you can't see. There it is, that tiny, tiny little thing. So we're going to go with that hand, which I didn't say. I didn't sand first. What hand signals? These guys are supposed to be covert ops, working behind enemy lines, type of crap. So radio silence, using hand signals to communicate. There we go. You can go back up there. I need another head for you. I just realised you're headless as well. In fact, your entire upper torso's a mess. What's happened to you, mate? You've been chewed up. You've been through the wars. So let's find one of my sniper heads. See, at this rate, I'm not going to be able to make another full unit of snipers. Because I'm using way too many sniper heads. However, that's not a sniper head setup. That is the normal guy setup, but him with the nice bionic eye. This one here. See, I told you I'm losing viewers. You stayed for 5 minutes and then they've gone. So yeah, get the nice guy with the bionic eye. And then I can repair him. Where I've put the paintbrush that I use for glue. It is there. Oh, there we go. He's got a head on him now as well. That's all headed, all weaponed. And now I've got 30. Much more, much better. I had 50 a minute ago. Say a minute ago, I was like an hour ago. Now, what else can I make? Because I do have, I can make a rocket launcher. Yeah, I can make a rocket. I could even make a knelt down rocket launcher. So I could essentially do what is that guy who's knelt down with his sniper. I could essentially make him with that type of torso in him. So he's knelt down firing his rocket. Questions. See, I've got 3 heavy bolters already, which are, no, you're not the heavy bolter dude, you're the heavy bolter dude. So I've got 3 of these ones already, which is a nice big, high caliber, explosive round stuff. Got my advanced assaulty ones, I've got my choppy up ones. And I can swap the heavy bolters around between missile launchers, heavy bolters. But I'm not sure what to do now because I've still got, see, I've still got 2 pair of legs there, which means I'll have 2 torsos somewhere. Now I should have 2 torsos somewhere. Well, there's 1 torso. Oh, so I've got 3 pair of legs. 3 pair of legs, 3 torsos. I can't make any more bolters or shotgunners. 3 pair of legs, plus the 5 on there, and that's 6 bodies actually. So, ooh, I can make. Sadly, see that one takes a sniper. Sorry, that one takes a sniper rifle, so that's not going to be very good. So I can make 2 more snipers if I so wished, but I don't particularly want to make 2 more snipers because, well, you kind of need to make the unit snipers so that all of them are, as opposed to but I do have a fair few close combat options, so I can make the close combat ones pistols and combat blades. That'll give me another set of these. And then if I can make a couple more heavy weapons, I can. Ooh, the options. See, the snipers already have heavy weapons, so that's fine. I don't really want heavy weapons though in my the units that are going to be advancing up the board. So I could do with all 5 of them being either melee. Can I do that? And if I can, how many of them can have chainsaws? Let's just move that out of the way because I really don't want to knock my glue all over my desk, not with this amount of plastic because it'll ruin the plastic. So, yeah, you can all go up. Oh, in fact, you can all go on the scenery over there for a minute, even big metal heavy ones, which I've got to remove the paint from and start again. You all can all go up there for a minute. Move the legs, move that. Alright, so let's go find these scouts again. See what I can actually put on them. Just right. I'm going to have a cigarette, but I'm going to take this phone, my desk cam, with me. So once I'll wait till people have finished out there, and I'm going to have a look at what I can do with, essentially, because I've got close combat weapons. I'm going to see what I can do with them. So let's go find that page first of all and put something in there so I don't lose it. One of those invisible rulers will do. And yes, I call them invisible rulers for a reason because they are absolutely see-through. The amount of times that you lose them across the board, they make better bookmarks. Right, so let's get my headphones. No, let's not get my headphones. Let's plug my microphone in first, so I can then use it. And then I can hit myself in the nose. Wonderful. And just a small, hi there, how are you all doing? You okay? Okay, so let's unmute the microphone, and I hope that settings is all good. Let's just have a quick check. Yep, that seems to be good. I don't think I'm coming up as squeaky voice man. Bang my head on the light. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Right, I'm going to walk through the house, so I've got to be extra careful that I don't do things. So there we go. We're past the family. We're past the family who don't want to be online and on the camera. Back to the comment section, just so I can actually see when you do actually post something, or if anyone posts something. So I'm going to be looking at the scouts and seeing how many of them I can actually field with the desired weapons. But I'm also wanting nicotine while I have this epiphany. That's just not actually an epiphany, but yeah, I'm talking complete twaddle at the minute because why not? Could be worse. Could be silent, doing nothing, just sat in wait, staring at the camera, and wait, don't want to be doing stuff like that. So I need to see how many people per unit can have chainsaws. I've got a feeling these will all be fielded in 5-man squads because only one person per squad can have it. And where have I put my lighter? Okay. I've got to put my lighter somewhere. I know I have. It's got a good chance that it'll be with. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I just caught
visions of myself like 3 places around the room. That's just freaked me out a little bit. Don't stare at the camera. No, I know. See, don't stare at the camera. You'd much rather look at my nose, wouldn't you? Yeah. It's a much better idea to just look up my nose. So briefly, yes, I'm going to be sat outside. Did I hear the word brew? Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. Before I go outside, I've got to go get my cup. It needs refilling. See, if someone offers you a brew, it's rude to say no. It is. It's very rude to say no when somebody offers you a brew. Can I have another coffee, please? I should have took my tablets with that last big mouthful. It shows you how intelligent I really am, doesn't it? Where's my cushion? I'll go outside and sit down, and then I can look at this and find out the answers to the question that I wanted. Shut the door. See, now this is the downside to having to smoke outside. When you want to do this, it doesn't always work. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for your health, honest. And this isn't just the government saying it. This is someone who's been smoking for a while and realizes every morning when you cough like a friggin' idiot. Right, so what was we looking for again? Oh yeah, chainsaws. The sergeant can replace it for a melee thing. Yep. Combi weapon. Ooh. The sergeant can replace his bolt gun with a combi weapon. He can replace his bolt pistol with a melee weapon. Scouts can only take one off. Yeah, I'm not a space wolf, so I can't have a special weapon in there, but I can have a heavy weapon, which I know. Any number can have a shotgun, a combat knife, or a sniper rifle. That's fine. So it's only the sergeant who can take the chainsaw sword. Well, basically, it is a chainsaw, but big long whopping thing with a handle, and yeah, it's a chainsaw used as a sword. So it's only the sergeant who can do that, but that's fine because that means I can do the other 4 with pistols and combat knives. Now, what's the difference between an Astartes chainsaw and a combat knife? Well, a combat knife gets to make 1 extra attack, so that's 2 attacks instead of 1. That's okay. Double the amount of that. That's not bad. Astartes chainsaw. Where's the? It's an extra AP. So it's a -1 AP instead of 0, which against the actual things that I am against Space Marines, it's neither here nor there. It's not going to make much of a difference. But if I play things like Guard, that AP -1 is going to make a lot of difference. So yeah, I'm going to go with that because Guard don't like melee. They don't like it up them, so to speak. Neither do Tau. Tau don't like you getting into melee combat either. So that'll give you some nice little elite options, cheap elite options I might have, because Scout Squads are ridiculously cheap. Even in, let's go to the point section of this. Scout Squad, what, 14 points per model? And sniper rifle costs 2 points. Does a combat blade even cost anything? No, nothing. So it cost me nothing to upgrade them to a combat blade and pistol as opposed to a bolt gun. And the bolt gun's free. So 140 points is not bad for a 10-man squad. So 70 points for 5. And they can kind of deploy a bit further forward than I'm usually supposed to. Get better hide a little bit better if I put camo cloaks on them. Yeah, I think that's going to work. That's going to work. That's going to give me a nice selection. Might work out better than I thought it was. That's always good. That's always good. Right. Let's just, does it actually tell me there? No, it doesn't tell me there the thing that I want to know. So that's something else I'm going to have to go look at. What's the difference between having a heavy bolter is 10 points and a missile launcher is 15? I'm sure that's been I'm sure that's been FAQ'd, but I'll go off what's in front of me. So the missile launcher more expensive than the heavy bolter, also more versatile as well. With a missile launcher being able to be anti-vehicle or anti-infantry. The heavy bolter is really only anti-infantry. Let's go find the profile for it, so that way I can actually compare the two. Pardon me. That's a Devastator squad. That should surely have all them on it. Heavy bolter and missile launcher. No, why would the squad that takes all the heavy weapons have all the heavy weapons stats on them? That's just silly. I'll have to go find you somewhere else. Where are you? There you are. Right. Missile launcher. Right. So crack grenade, crack missile, 48-inch range, heavy 1, strength 8, which is very good. Very, very good. All strength, toughness 8 is like your big hefty stuff. Your big heavy duty tanks are usually toughness 8. Not much goes above that. Everything else is either 8 or lower. So that's good. But it's only a one shot. -2 AP, so it reduces their armor save a little bit, but can do a fair bit of damage. Can do D6 damage, so can take 6 wounds off something. That's not bad. Frag missile is a heavy D6, so from 1 to 6 shots, depending on what you're shooting. If it's quite a few, yeah. If it's something big, it'll usually count as 3 as a minimum. But it's only strength 4. It's got no armor penetration value, but it's 1 damage. Great for taking out infantry, especially light infantry and those things without much armor. Heavy bolter. Heavy bolter. Heavy 3, strength 5, -1, damage 2. So that's not too bad to go against. Well, Space Marines, actually, because most of them have 2 wounds. Right, so yeah, I'm happy with going with that. Definitely gonna go with Sergeant with a chainsawed. Gosh, I always call it a chainsaw. It's not a chainsaw, it's a chainsawed. And then the other 4 guys with combat knives. Everybody has a bolt pistol, just so they've got something to go pew 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 as they're running up. I've got my back to the street, so I have no idea if anyone's walking up behind me to mug me. Not that they usually do. I'm sat in quite a secluded place, but still. Yeah, so it's going to have to be them then. Right, so let's get this started. Now I know what I'm doing and where I'm moving on to. I can do it. Just got to finish the cigarette first. Priorities and all that. Don't want to be too stressing while I'm in there. See, and my foot on a nerve then. Cameron's going wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. Not a good thing. The stress and stress-free. Not saying that this is the stress-free. This is actually part of the stress. The stress-free is when I go in there and start. Well, no, that's stressful as well, because especially when they don't fucking go together like you want them to. Still got to sort that wrist out. That's going to be a pain. I might have to. I'm not sure. It might have to be sprue gooey stuff, and like melt some sprue down in acetone so it turns into like a malleable little weird like gooey stuff, and then just fill in the gap with that. Been meaning to make some for a while, but melting it down in a jar and having the fumes going off everywhere, it's not good. It's not good, especially when you've got little ones around. Right, there we go. We get to go in now and see how many viewers I have lost. I like the way I've got confidence in my own channel. how many viewers have I lost. I might actually have gained some viewers. I don't know. If history's going to prove anything, though, I've probably lost rather than gained. Oh, dearie me. Out of the way, cat, otherwise you're going to get stood on. Can't see you when I've got stuff in my way. Right, so back in we go. And oh, actually, I've gained a viewer. I've gained a viewer. I don't know who it is, where they've come from, but I'm thankful nonetheless. Right, so get you back into position after I've plugged the phone into it. Does that, and then yeah, there we go. So I've got back into position. Thank you, Captain. Right, so let's bring
Bring that one back up. So now I can take my headphones off and turn the volume all the way down on them so they don't get an echo. And take them off the sprues you're about to be using, you flaming idiot. Ooh, I've got a nice new cup of coffee there as well. Thank you very much. Right, so let's get back to this. So we've got the 3 legs that are there, as well as more legs on this one. Then we need to make sure we've got enough torsos to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4 torsos. That's not good. Having 4 torsos and needing 5 guys. Yeah, it's not the greatest position to be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you want to take a sniper rifle, don't you? But I don't want you to have a sniper rifle. Is there anyone who can change up a little bit to have a pistol and someone else? It's not really much. What's that? Is that a hand holding something? I can't actually see. Because it's so small. That is actually a hand holding a... What on earth is that? It certainly doesn't look human. Almost like some kind of tyranny bit. Now we can get that to fit into that hand there. Then I could possibly... Which hand would that be then? No, I'd have to remove that shoulder. I'd have to remove all of that shoulder. How confident am I at my conversions? That's pretty much what this boils down to. How confident would I be to convert that piece into something else? Well, I've definitely got 4 torsos. But I do also have this guy, but he would require... A, he lost his nose, and B, he would need drilling out and pinning, if not completely replacing his hand, but with him being a metal model, that would be difficult. So I'm going to put him back to the side because he's not going to be fun to do. 4 guys. I can make 4 easily. And the last one's going to be a pain. And it's going to have to be. See, if I could remove. All right, I'm going to see how well I can do this. If I can remove both of these arms off this one, it'll give me a flat torso like this. That means I can put a normal set of hands on it. So let's see if I can do that first of all. Let's just clip him out for a moment. Let's see, because I don't want to do it sheerly by just shaving it down, because that'll take forever. That just takes far too long. I have to just shave it down. So I'm going to have to clip it and hack it and take it off like that. No, that one came off relatively easy. That worked. That worked. That one was okay. See, so that one came off quite smoothly. Now it's this one. So let's take his arm off first there. And then we can go into his shoulder. Open them up a bit more so I can. Let me see. Is this gonna? No, that's worked okay. I can deal with that. I've had worse. I've seen worse. So have I just bent all that? Yeah, I just bent the spring a bit right out of position. So let's get that back in place. And just clean up that little bit there. There we go. Excellent. So we do actually have. I can actually make 5 torsos now. Good, good, good. And what that one, that's what I just done with the other one. Just put it down. I just had it in my hand. And just put it down somewhere. There it is. Found him. I'm not even going to comment on that one. That's just. Yeah, no, that was too easy. It's not good to take the easy ones. I'm going to leave the cloaky ones. I might use the cloaky ones on something else because I can take what's called is it eliminators, which are the bigger guys but with a different form of rifle. Now I like the guy stood on the tactical rock. This one here, who's got his leg up on a tactical rock, proper power pose, you know, Captain America, Commander Riker type thing. Bit of a power pose from him, so I like that one. We've already got 3 legs, that's 4. So power pose guy could be the sergeant. And ideally, I want quite a flat one, so we'll go with him. That leaves us the nearly down one for a rocket launcher, should I wish to. Or should I find another torso to make up the rocket launcher dude? So that should be everything I need off. That's per, is it? No, 1, 2, 3. I need 2 heads. I need 2 heads. In fact, in this case, I'm just going to take all 4 of these. Come on. Click. There we go. Don't fall on the floor, please. 2. Where's you gone? Yeah, there you are. So that's 2. 3. 4 heads from there. 4 head. Oh dear, I do have a bit of a sad sense of humour sometimes. Sergeant dude can have a little radio comms and some weird thing on the side of it. Okay. That's all you done. Check there's nothing else I'm going to need off that. No, that's all sniper bits, heavy weapons bits. I've not yet went into torsos. Torsos are always a good thing. You can't have a somebody without a body. Then there'll be a nobody. And bad jokes. Bad jokes. Yeah, I see that's how bad it was. I even got a sigh of pain almost. When it was just like, oh dear, I have to live with this. Don't you feel sorry for my missus having to put up with me 24/7, 365 days a year? She's actually glad you're coming over, Joey, just to get rid of me for a day. She's not. She's going to be worried like hell. I know she is, but she does get to get rid of me for a day, which is in itself a small bonus. Right, now I need to make sure I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I do have 5 of each arm. Before we do that, get rid of the scrap bits and make sure they're going to glue. Find a base for him. I've got a feeling half of these bases are going to have been but should have been for my zombies. But I've already got 10 zombies built, so it's not too bad. I can deal with them for D&D, and I can make these work for this. Tactical rock dude. Come on, next Muppet. Excellent. Glue on his foot there, and glue on his foot there. Plonk him on that base. That's 2. So I've not actually worked out where my camera angle is properly for this yet, so it's round about here. I know that much. I'm going to go live portal. No worries, Captain. I'll possibly see you in a bit. I might, depending what time this finishes, I might jump on and have a gander at you trying to figure out those puzzles for my own personal amusement. Cool, just a little bit more of it, and then we'll refill it after that. Let's see, get it in camera shot, dumbass. Spend half my time on doing these worrying about whether or not I've actually got the camera in the right position as opposed to the model in the right position. That's not really what I should be doing. I should be concentrating on the model. Well, still, I will do this as much as I can. See, there we go, nice and clean legs on him. Let's flip over because that's really quite worn that side now. There we go. Right, so that's that bit done. So I just give the bottom of the bodies a quick going over, just to make sure they go sit on the legs properly. And then we can worry about positioning of arms and stuff afterwards. Obviously, positioning of body is going to be a big thing as well, because like with these set of legs, you can see that he's leaning almost in that direction. So where I position the body on him, it's actually going to make a big difference. But there's a nub there that I'm going to have to get rid of. I hope it works. And are you a clip mark? Ah, you. And at that moment, he realized he'd fucked up. You see, that's just a stupid place to put this because that's like right on top. So I want to make sure it's a torso with a bit missing at the back to go on that one. Oh, great. All right. Okay. So, torso, 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 legs, torso. We have the stuff for the things. That just made no sense. The stuff for the things, yeah, technical terms. Very good at them, aren't I? So, let's next set of legs down. Plunk. And a fifth set of legs for this unit. So that's going to give me 35 of these. I thought I had 40, which means there's potentially 5 missing somewhere. In fact, I'm going to do that just to sort out the fact that it doesn't clock me as a watcher. Because I'm not that vain, honest. I'm not that vain that I watch myself. I have it on there, so if anything comes up that I need to deal with in the chat room, then I can sort it out. But I believe I actually have a couple of moderators in at the moment, so I don't have to do that. So a couple of moderators. Pretty much anyone who comes in on a regular basis is a moderator on my channel. This is the dodgy torso. So you could actually go on the one that looks like you're going to be the worst one to deal with, which is going to be you, because you've got the weird backpacky thing back there. No, don't fall off your base, you son of a person. I know that's not how the saying goes, but it's the one I'm going to use. See, I had 6 and now I'm down to 2. So one of them 6 was definitely me. I'm guessing the 2 that I have left are going to be my missus, who's my main moderator, so behave yourselves. Otherwise she will put you all on mute. Because she doesn't actually know who any of you are, so she doesn't give 2 hoots about who she mutes. Yeah, that rhymes. I need something to wipe this off on to help clear it up. So that's getting very gunked up, is that? Hey, that's a bit horrible. In fact, that's very horrible. That's a very gunky paintbrush. I like the word gunk for some reason. Gunk. Yeah, it's a nice word. It's not a nice word, it sounds disgusting, but I do like the word. Glue on the bottom of that. Onto here it goes. See that yet? You're stood slightly at that angle. You would be. Right. Sergeant-y dude who stood on the tactical rock is looking that way. Okay, so he's looking more that way. Let's position him slightly more at that angle. Try and make it so his crotch isn't all skew with and out of line. There we go. Quick sand on the bottom of that piece. And glue on the bottom. And we have the scout, the 34. Now, the bit I'm not going to look forward to is when I've got to undercoat all this. Fingers crossed I'll be able to get that done tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to film it because I don't want to get spray paint on the camera. Although I might be able to and upload it as a short video. And position him so. Tell you what, I've just realised the cod pieces on these buggers. Jesus Christ, they're well hung. You're not bigger than the hands. And another side. Really, did you just say that? Yes, I did just say that. But you should check them seriously. The size of the cod pieces on these models compared to the hands of these models. Say again? Yeah, you can have a close up. We'll focus. Focus. You can see, look, that's his cod piece. There, a big lump in between his legs. See if we can get another one. Look at the size of that thing. All right, and then let's go back to this guy's hand. See, there's his hand, and you see a little shiny bit in the middle. That's shiny. Well, that's his. God's sakes! It's a good job these guys don't reproduce, isn't it? I'm late for my tablet, so I'm going to have to do this online while you're all watching. Sorry. I'm just hoping that cup of coffee's cooled down enough and it's not going to burn my mouth out. Here goes none. I hope. All right. No, that was bloody hot. Ow. Right. Arms next. Arms next. So I need. Everybody needs a pistol. Everybody. Then I need 4 combat knives and 1 sword. Chain sword. Get it right this time. Stop calling it chainsaw. Chainsaws don't get wielded with one hand like a sword. What does these do? And it's the 4 and 5. Now there is another thing that I do that a lot of people in the community. Let's move you back a bit so you can. There we go. Slightly better view. Not a hugely better view, but slightly better view. Also means when I come in to do this. Well, that's the chainsaw, and then combat knife go flying over at him. That one didn't come off completely clean, so I'm going to double check that in a second. And last but not least, 5. And as you can see, I've still got pieces left over on this sprue that can be used for other things in the future. And that's the other great thing about these particular model sets is you get extras, you get bits that you can use for other models to make up extra parts and extra pieces. It's always useful. Right. So tactical rock dude, you want the chain blade, chainsaw, I've been playing this game for that long. You'd think I'll be able to get a bloody weapon right, especially the most iconic one that they use. I really love some of the bloody stat lines and what some things do off the top of my head, but can I get the word chainsaw right? Only sometimes. So he's got that one. Now, if I was to put that arm on him, how weird would it look? Where's your little groovy bit? There it is. No, don't want that arm. You can't get away with that arm. Can we get away with that one? Yeah, I could get away with that one. He's got that arm on him. Waving both arms around like a bloody idiot. There we go. Let's put you back there so I'm not knocking you over when I go get somebody else. So let's come back to this weird position here. And we'll see what he looks like and see which combat blade I want to put on him. Where's it gone? There it is. Is that the right one? Yeah. That's the one there. Let's pop that onto him. Fit into your nubby bit like you're supposed to. Thank you. And then that's one where it's coming across him, so that one there. So that one won't go because of his pouches there. I don't think he's going to have to go on that one over there. This one, however, should be okay too. Yeah, that one will fit all right. Yeah, that one will fit fine. Bit of glue on. Find a little nubby bit again. Now that it's all slippery and lubed up. Two. Now you're the one that comes across the chest, aren't you? So you're going to have to go on the one without chest, without anything on his chest, which is this dude over here that I hacked up to pieces earlier. I didn't hack him up to pieces, but yeah, I took his arms off. Okay, none of these are being entered into any type of competition, so that's why actually none of mine ever get entered into any type of competitions. A, I'm not a competitive player, and B, I'm not a competitive painter. So that's why I kind of get away with not quite having it as smooth and as perfect as others will want it. I'm happy as long as it looks good on the tabletop, and most of the time they do. Not all the time. Sometimes they don't look not bad, but they just look kind of generic. They get lost in the crowd. Which, when these used to be troop choices, that was perfectly fine. They could get lost in the crowd because I could take them en masse with others. Now, however, they decided to change them into an elite's choice. I'm not quite sure they're thinking on that one, because essentially these are the trainees. These are the ones that haven't earned their full armor yet. So how they've come to the conclusion that these guys should be elites, I don't know. But they have changed them over into an elite's choice. Freaking idiots that they are. Needs to go up a little bit more, just a little bit. There we go. Combining two different coloured kits together, having fun. Numero 5. Yeah, I know that doesn't make sense. But if you've watched any of my streams before, most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth doesn't make sense. So it shouldn't be a shock, really. And if it happens to be a shock, then really? Oh, you're waving your gun in the air, are you? Yeah, you're waving your gun in the air. Okay, I can get with that. Now to plop all the heads on. Now the sergeant is this one, the one with the weird little comms piece and the little ice. Can't even see on that little eye scanner on the side, or some kind of extra seeing scanny bit. And tactical rock. Tactical rock. There we go. That's the sergeant. Or the guy who automatically starts with 2 attacks, whereas the rest only start with 1. Definitely going to need some more glue soon. So that's either scouring Amazon for it, or possibly a trip to Manchester. It's a bus and a half away. Well, it's actually one bus, but I still have to sell the bus. I don't like buses. Mobile lunatic asylums is a more appropriate name for them. Have I just put that guy's head on upside down? Yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. I paid the wrong side of his head with glue. Clever me. Let's paint the correct side of his head with glue, shall we? And then we can put him in properly. See, even after all these years, I still make mistakes. No, look where you're pointing your pistol. That sounded wrong, didn't it? Look where you're pointing your pistol. Especially after the ones have been going on about having particularly large ones off. Well, position your head. Get your head straight. Go in this nice defensive position there. And I'm not sure which way you should be looking. You're a bit weird, to be quite honest, mate. Put your head on first, and then, yeah, you're definitely not supposed to be looking like that. Everyone else seems to be looking in that direction, so let's have you looking in the other direction. There we go. That's not a bad little setup there. I have a spare sniper guy. So let's move it in a little closer now so we can actually have a look. So we've got the shotgun squad, which are up there, 2 that need to be acetoned. We've got the first little set of knifey dudes down there. There's 3 of them need to be acetoned so I can paint them up again. And we've got the standard 15, which I started with, up on the dice box. Next set of bottle squads. So that's actually, yeah, a 5-man. That's actually worked out okay. So we've got 10 that have close combat, 5 that have shotguns, 2 5-man squads which are sniper and ranged attack, then 10 that are bolter and mid-range. So what I'll probably end up doing is swapping that over for him. So the missile launcher goes with one of the sniper rifle sets, just so it's more in fitting with the unit itself. And then the heavy bolter, each one of the bolters will have a heavy bolter go with. That is not bad at all. So now hopefully they're going to dry, so I can sort this. While I'm waiting for them to dry, I'll just move a couple of things out of the way so I can actually have a look at them and organise them a bit better than this, so I can actually see what I've got. So yeah, I have got a sergeant for that unit, which is, again, the sergeant in both units has a chain sword. So that's sergeant for that unit, that's sergeant for that unit. Okay, then we have the 2 bolts. Move these out of the way for a minute, as well as the very nice little ammo crate. So we've got the 2 bolter squads. Nice, I've got 1 blue and 1 grey at the minute because I haven't undercoated them. So that's 2 bolter squads, and then all of them are snipers up there. So that's 2 sniper squads. Now let's run this through Battle Scribe, see how much it would actually come up to, because I don't think I've got any of these actually on my Battle Scribe on me. I don't even know if Battle Scribe's been updated, so I might have to update it. Yes, let's update it. Let's find out. You might as well, you know, all these guys. Let's move the shotgunners down. They're no good at range. Only 18 inches. Stop doing stuff like that and saying stuff like that after my earlier comment. Only 18 inches. Well, it's probably about right when you compare it to the size of the model. And I want do I have my full army list there? Yes, I do. Let's see how badly this is going to drop in points now when I change it over. Get rid of the advert. Don't want the advert. This is going to be quite a. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much of a change in points costs, but we can continue some stuff not working. What's wrong? I must have a warlord selection. I've got army game type. I've got 7 too many lieutenants. Oh well, 8 too many selection from captain. Right, yeah, okay. Why can't a chapter master have that? That's just rules. That's just something I don't have to really worry about. Roster errors. Okay, it's not roster errors. I want to go down to my elites choices. Troops, elites, aggressor, blade guards, ancient blade guard veterans, 2 dreadnoughts, 2 justicas, 3 ancients, 1 apothecary, a redemptor dreadnought, a reaver squad. So what I actually want to do is reduce that down to sergeant and heavy weapons. So that needs to be 3. Well, I'll put that down to a 5-man squad. So the missile launcher is still 15 points. That's nice to know. Come on. Now let's duplicate that squad and just change the heavy weapon over. And I should drop it to 80 points as opposed to 85. Come on, you can do it, Fawn. I know you can do it. I'll change the guy whose heavy weapon is no longer a missile launcher, he's now a heavy bolter. Same as the other one, so they'll both be heavy bolters. But now I've got at least what, 3 more units to add to this. So that should take me back over the 1200 points, I hope. So, Sarge got a sniper rifle. That's one. So I should have 7 guys with sniper rifles plus the sergeant, just balancing points out, and then I should have. No, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to let me put 2 heavy weapons guys in, so it's going to have to be 3 in that. And then reduce the amount of camo cloaks down to 5. I know this means not much to many people, but it does to me. And anyone who watches it actually, yeah. If you understand what's going on, then you understand what's going on. If you don't understand what's going on, then please put something in there and I'll let you know what's going on. So he should have a missile launcher instead of that unit. So you can't actually see what's going on there because it won't let you show it on the screen. So it's a missile launcher. 5, right, so that should be a 5-man squad of them. Cool, back up. Right, now this is just going to take forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. Next around 2 hours. Work out my plan. I'm going to work out all my plans and everything separately. Anyone wants to know next time I'm live, then put a message in the chat and I'll let you know how much it works out power level points wise and how much I'm up to so far. Well, until then, I will see you all later. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like, subscribe if you want to, again, but no obligation to. Thank you for coming to join me. Thank you for watching in the future if you do. Have fun. Night.